I don't know if we're live, but I'm testing out some new software that should hopefully make it better for our viewers. It should be better for our guests, um, just better in general. So we're offloading all of our video processing and we're moving it onto another platform, and then we're using that to share the video stream through through YouTube and through Instagram to start. We're going to try some other platforms after that. I don't actually know if it's making it to Instagram yet though. So I'm just kind of testing some stuff out. Chat on Instagram doesn't make it, but it does on YouTube. So if you go onto YouTube, we'll be able to see the chat in here. Anyway, let's try this. See if that works. I don't know. Anybody there? So I am testing some new software that should allow us to have a better experience with Sawdust Talk. We talked about it after the last two episodes kind of crashed. And while it's frustrating to do that, a big part of what we do is Instagram Live, and we do, our style is very, very off the cuff. It's very conversational, and we think it's a super accessible way for us to connect with our guests and have our guests connect with our audiences. So we don't want to get rid of that. However, the technology issues they're just at a point where they're not acceptable anymore. Mostly because my blood pressure can't handle losing entire episodes anymore. So I'm testing out some new software. It's called Restream. I've never used before, but what it does is it allows us to offload all the video processing onto Restream side and then reshare the live into things like YouTube Live and Instagram Live and Twitch and a whole bunch of other platforms. So we're going to try that out. I don't have access to the chat. If you are looking to chat, if somebody could go to our YouTube page, go to the Sawdust Talk YouTube page and see that live chat will actually filter into this platform. We still got to figure out how to get the Instagram Live chat because that's not supported by the software right now. So trying that. If somebody could go there, I have the chat set up. Test it out. Send me some stuff. Let's see what happens. But give me a second. I got to relog into my Instagram account so I can see if we're actually broadcasting or if I'm just talking to nobody. The real frustrating part about having like 2 or 3 different accounts that you manage on like a whole bunch of different platforms is remembering all the freaking passwords. I think I just reset every single password that I have every single time I log in. Just new password. just don't know if I'm live. I mean, I'm live on here, but I don't know if I'm live on Instagram. It says that I'm live. Oh, I see you guys. I see people in the chat. Can you guys hear me? Somebody put in the chat if you can hear me. I'm testing. I'm doing some testing. All right, perfect. So it seems to be working. And we've just got our first chat from YouTube. So I'm guessing, Luke, we're streaming on YouTube? That's good, right? Maybe. Let's see. I guess I could go to YouTube and check that out too. I'm also trying to do this on like 3 different web browsers so that I don't get echo. And so I can log into different accounts at the same time on the same platforms. Does anybody want to join? I can send you the link and we can try and see if that works. Where's Kamani at? Let's see. Let's figure out how to get this. See, I can't see. Oh, no. Nope. There's the Instagram Live. All right. Yeah, I'm talking. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Is it better in song? What's everybody doing today? What are you guys doing? It's cold in Omaha, and I hate the cold, and it's starting to get worse, which is bad because it's only like 50 degrees and winter is coming. I'm just already weak. I'm just weak and tired of the cold already. So I'm just going to stay inside. I'm going to focus on this, figure that how to get like technology and stuff in the shop working. Like every weekend, I need to clean the shop because I have this nasty habit of like, I just like take full sheets of stuff and just haul them in. And then I got a little something back there that I got to work on for the Onefinity. Pretty pumped about that. It's not better in song. It's always better in song. All right, let's figure out how to. Okay, so tell me about that because I'm kicking around putting a wood stove in my shop. I've thought about putting in a gas heater. I have the Mr. Cool, but the heat pump, but it got so cold last year a couple of times that it just literally wouldn't function. So I'm kicking around. A wood stove would help me with my scrap situation. But it's a fire. Like it's a fire in a wood shop, and that seems not ideal to me. So let me know about that. Oh shoot. Ed's here.
What up?
What's up, buddy?
Man, I was like trying to click on this thing. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Who are you talking to?
I'm just talking to myself. So the cool thing about the platform is we can get people and they can like join in, but they don't actually join the live until I like activate them on the screen. So like I could turn people on and off and like kick them out and do all that stuff.
Oh, so did you pull me in or did I click on something?
So you pulled in and then I pulled you into the stream. So
okay, because I was sitting here listening to you talking and like somebody must have asked if you can hear because you were like, yeah, I can hear you. And then I thought you were talking to me. I was like, what's going on right now?
No, I wasn't sure. It sounds like my sound wasn't coming through, but dude, the video quality on here is way better. Like we're streaming higher quality video. It sounds like our audio is better. And I can tell you just the experience of this is way better for me.
It is for me too, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out like, is there a way I can make this bigger?
That's the only thing is I need to figure out if they have an app because it running through the internal browser isn't It's not great, but by doing that, I can actually see the chat. We're pulling in chat from YouTube live right now.
Oh, are we on YouTube Live right now?
We're on YouTube live and Instagram live.
Hello, everyone.
We're on
I should have
both.
put some clothes on. No, I'm just playing. It wouldn't have mattered.
Ooh,
It wouldn't have mattered. Oh, what? What? No.
ooh.
Well, that's cool.
And I
Yeah, I
can
was
like
gonna.
change our.
Oh, that's cool. It's so tiny though. Like I can't see what's going on. There's got to be. I guess I could zoom. I could zoom in and make Safari bigger on my phone.
Maybe. I wonder if
No,
there's
I
a
did. I just
reason.
did. I just
Oh, you
so
did? It worked?
yeah. I pinched and I made our two windows real big, so it's only me and you in my screen right now.
Too clear? There's no such thing as too clear. We're streaming like 4K.
So I adjusted my settings for. I think I did 1080p on mine.
I guess I could pull up YouTube and see what that live looks like. I'm running like 5 different browsers, and I
Oh
have
wait,
this
here's
video.
1080p. Now I'm 1080p. You know what? I was gonna play some Fortnite, and I'm gonna go in the shop now.
But yeah, I want to get some tests. I about had like a complete mental breakdown when we lost last week's episode.
Dude, that
So
was horrible. Yeah, with
it
Jeff.
just
Yeah, it was
it just
horrible.
disappeared. Like we were recording and then it just like went back to the Instagram homepage. No error, no crash, no anything. It was just like, oh, you're done. So for everybody that's watching, the original plan was I wanted to move us onto a different technological platform for our 100th episode, which is actually the first week of 2024. But after losing Dylan's episode and then Jeff's episode last week, it couldn't happen. Like we can't. I don't know if something on the company that I'm not going to say their name because they see I think they follow and they listen for the keywords, but that platform seems to have gotten worse anytime that you add more than one person's video feed into a live stream. And obviously we do 4 at a time, which means
Yeah.
the joke. It's funny to joke that, Ed, that we're gambling every single time we do a live, but seriously, it's a lot of pressure for something that we can't control at all.
Right. Yeah, we can't really do anything about it. All right, I got to move some stuff around because my bench is very full.
Who can name the podcast? What's on my bench?
I don't know if I'm like breaking whatever's in here, but this is what I'm doing right now.
That is that's the metal runners for the drag chains.
That's what I figured they were. I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything, so I'm waiting on releasing.
I checked. I checked. We're allowed to say stuff about it. We all, as long as we have the disclaimer of this is a beta setup, the packaging is not finalized, and this is not currently shipping yet. They're
Correct.
just about there.
Okay, when are you putting yours on?
I literally, it's unboxed sitting over here. I'm waiting for the instructions.
Oh, he hasn't sent me those either yet. Okay.
He was finishing up the video, the install video, and so I hit him up at Maker Camp, and he said that yeah, it's like this close.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna do mine tomorrow, and quite honestly, if I didn't have instructions, I was just gonna figure it out.
I've thought about it. The only thing that stopped me from doing that is the wiring, like running the wiring where it goes.
Well, I know that you have to take off the rails and you have to run it through inside the rails.
Let's see how. Oh shoot, we are live on YouTube. Let's see what that. Oh, that's cool.
How's it look?
Dude, it's so clear.
You know what? Let me go get my iPad.
I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to solve some problems. Dan, we're testing. I'm testing some technology. So everybody's getting a off the books, unscheduled Sawdust Talk Live episode where
What?
Ed's half shirtless. We're just winging it. I mean,
Half, 3/4, whatever.
how was your drive back from Maker Camp? I saw you posting in every single state.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was I don't mind driving. That's the thing. So I left at about 7 in the morning, and I got home at about 11 at night.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's from Connecticut to Kentucky.
Connecticut to Kentucky. Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. Better than Brent Bottomless. Yeah, Dan, we're just testing the new platform and just seeing how it works. As comfortable as we are with winging stuff, I feel like winging an entirely new platform that we've never actually tested with a guest would not be great.
Oh, that's not bad. Dude, I need to never look down again. My bald spot's horrible. Oh man, it actually comes in really good. Holy cow.
Yeah. Turn your volume down on your iPad or on one of them. That'll cause some echo for you that'll drive you a little crazy.
Yeah, I have it down all the way now. It's a little bit delayed.
Dan's saying our image is super clear too. And that's one of the things I think. So Instagram has the technology for like video streaming, but its back-end server support for like multiple videos all being processed at once. I just don't think that they devote a ton of resources to that, which makes sense. It's just frustrating to have an entire platform based on that lack of support on the back end. So it's cool because we're now streaming one single video feed into Instagram, which means it only has to worry about one feed, but we can do everything else on Restream side.
Right. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Where is Dan? Is Dan just texting you, or because I don't see any chat in here?
Dan is on the Instagram live chat. That's the only downside so far is they're still working on Instagram chat coming into Restream. We can get YouTube, but I have a separate window with Instagram pulled up so I can see the live.
Okay.
Jesse's looking for. There's some noise coming from your side.
That was my. It was my air compressor.
Oh, Jesse, I sent the link in the chat. Come join. We need a third person.
Jesse,
come on.
Let's go. You should be done with your date by now.
Yeah, it's work time. And
so
by work,
I have to engrave some axes. I have to engrave. Can you see that? No, wait. I have to change my video. Hold on. I'm going to change my video to mirror camera. Is that better? Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I switched it, so it makes sense now. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm part of an axe throwing league, and the owner of the place was like, "Hey, we lost our guy that engraves all our like these are trophies." So he was like, "Can you engrave them?" I'm like, hell yeah, I can engrave them.
I know a guy. Are you just doing that on like the laser?
Yeah, I'm doing it on the JTech. It's the only laser I have is the JTech for the Onefinity.
What wattage do you have for that?
Dude, I only have the 7-watt Pro, and I have been able to do so much with it.
So I've been kicking her. I am getting a laser. I'm in the process of deciding which one to get.
You're getting an OMTech though, right? Or something big like that.
Yeah, I have this philosophy. I don't ever want my CNC to be taken up to where I can't use it because it's lasering. Like I want two separate machines. I have the room for two separate machines.
So I'm on board with you completely. I just don't really have the room. I mean, I could probably figure out where to put it, but at the moment I don't have the room to do that. And that's why I'm just going back and forth with the CNC with the JTech. And I'll probably do that for a little while until I can reconfigure this out. And then I'll probably get like, I don't know, something, a Laguna, or I thought about getting an OMTech. I'm still not sure yet.
Dan.
Ooh, look
Jesse,
what I
click
got.
the
At
Jesse
Maker
click.
Camp. I bought some of this.
Ooh.
I'm excited to use it.
Jesse, click the link that I sent in the Sawdust Talk chat. Dan, I got to figure out how to send it to you because I only have so many windows that have Instagram. Oh, there we go. Here's a free one. Dan, you'll Dunlap.
Oh boy.
All right, Dan, I sent you the link also. Yeah, this is so I have I'm at the point, so I was at Pete from Petrie's this, during Maker Camp, and I felt bad when I saw his shop because he has a smaller space than I do, but it's laid out so well that it actually feels more functional than mine. And I came back to mine, I'm just like, it's a disaster. But I've got space for the 150. I moved all of my slabs, which were right here, so I can fit the laser there. And now I have this slab corner.
Okay.
But it's figuring out something about the joiner, the drum sander, and the bandsaw, and the planer back there. But something about them, none of them, they all should be near each other, but none of them really want to play nice space wise.
Dude, I actually asked Pete one day, I was like, dude, can you send me like pictures or like a walk around video of your whole shop? Because he told me how big his Hi. He told me how big his shop was, and I was like, dude, your shop is the same size as mine. And his is so well laid out that I'm like, how is it possible you're fitting all this stuff in here?
Yeah, it's bananas. Like there's the walkways are small, so my fat ass couldn't get around, but everything is just laid out perfect.
Hey, that's me.
It was just sitting here.
This is
Wait,
different.
yeah.
We're like stacked now.
Where was my sticker? I didn't get a sticker.
I'll send you a
I
sticker.
gave you. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, we did this at Workbench Con.
Yeah, no, I got yours. I didn't get Jesse's.
Did you get a bad shop advice sticker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we change the formatting of this?
Oh my
Yeah.
God! How our heads are like cut off. There we go. Okay. I was like, our heads are cut off. What's up, Dan?
Hi, Dan.
Hey, what's going on? I'm just helping you guys test it out while I sit at my desk and package up orders.
Oh,
right,
zero clearance inserts.
So here's
no.
a poll for the peanut gallery. Do you guys prefer this where we're getting the vertical aspect ratio kind of like Instagram, but there's not any way to organize it, so like this is what we got?
Hi, Dan.
Or
Hey,
would you prefer that we figure out how to make this work?
This
Sorry.
is weird because it cuts off like half of our body.
I can't
Yeah,
figure out how to turn my camera back around. I'm sorry.
You have to you'd almost have to stay back in this aspect ratio.
Huh. I mean, I could put my camera further away. It really doesn't matter, but see, that one I like a little better.
Another thing you lose out on when you're doing it this way, I just realized. So like when you join a live video on IG and you join with somebody else, or you allow somebody to join your live, it'll send out notifications to all their followers saying, hey, so-and-so is
So, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas if you do this, you're only going to get the notification that says Sawdust Talk is going live. You know what I mean?
That's
Which
a
is
good point.
fine. But I think this is well worth the headache that you've been enduring, though.
Oh, where'd everybody go?
Well, go back to where you had it with just you, and I wonder if the second window is like whoever is talking, or no, it's just Dan. I guess you could pick.
I don't know if I like that.
I figured it would have been whoever's like actively talking would go in there, but
Yeah.
There's one other one that I'm trying to figure out. There, I don't hate this one because
of course you don't.
Well,
you put
no,
the guest up there.
I don't hate this one for this reason. We can set the guest, or if I feel like bouncing around, but we could set our guest as the front and center.
What if you put your phone on the side? Will it automatically format correctly?
Let's see.
Because we're all doing
That-
it vertical.
Oh, it does.
Look at that.
So we could have our guests. So
Weird.
Ed, go back vertical, or just disappear. He just disconnected. He's gone.
Is that
He
gone?
gone. No, he's back.
My bad.
Yeah, I like this.
That's not bad. It's just, can you not like break it into 4 squares though?
No, I asked them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're kind of working on it." But this, I like this kind of. If we go hosts horizontal like that, and then we just have our guests go vertical like Instagram like this, we can make them front and center
Yeah, that's
for the
good.
whole thing. I don't
That's
hate
not
that.
bad. Yeah, that works. I'm watching the IG live on my desktop, and that looks good.
It's just
I'm
coming
about
out.
20 seconds behind.
Mike, you said this view looks like crap for the viewers. Do you mean like the current view, like what we have right this second?
It's too bad that it can't just split it into 4.
Yeah, that would make
No, I
things
would-
a lot
Seems like
easier.
that would be a
Ideal.
pretty easy line of code to put in there. Just a simple little thing, you know.
Yeah, you would think so. Well, apparently it's better now that Ed's gone. Oh shoot!
Well, that's
We got another
just
one.
rude.
Who's that? Oh, hey. How's it going, Kamani?
Hello.
Okay. What I did was I was pinching too much, and I refreshed the page, and that's why it went away.
Oh, I see.
See, now Kamani's not even on there.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. I'm okay with that.
Oh, he's still here. Don't say that.
I can
Oh,
hear
that's
you.
fine. I'm okay with him hearing it. Kamani, it was better when you weren't on here.
Yeah. So if I were you guys, I would definitely put, like Braden said, put the guest on the top, vertical or horizontal, but all the co-hosts or support staff to go horizontal. That looks the best, in my opinion.
Okay, so we're saying the big window should be portrait, and the bottom one should be landscape.
Yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think this is because I have it smaller on the computer screen, and it does look a lot better like this currently in a smaller format.
Okay.
So
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be
it
kind of
looks better on my tablet too.
it'll be a little bit weird for us just because we'll have such a small screen on here, but trade-offs for the experience.
That's what it looks
We're
like.
never
on my
we're never
tablet.
gonna have 5 of us. It'll only ever be 4. So how does it look with one less person? It's like
I'll bounce out.
Here, just stay there for a sec.
bye. It'd be like this.
Yeah, and it looks like it adjusts just fine. It self adjusts. So 4, 3, 2, 100.
Yeah, people in the comments are saying it's really small on the phone. But what are you gonna do? It's not. It's a phone. It's a phone screen. It's 6 inches big. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
from
think
what
the
I
majority-
understand, 6 inches is not very big.
6 inches is well above average. Thank you very much. But I think most people are going to be using their phone to watch it. So that's, I don't know.
Well, here's kind of my thoughts, and everybody obviously let us know in the chat. But end of the day, the point is the audio. It's the stories. It's the hearing from the guest. It's not necessarily seeing us. So if you can see enough of the guest and you can hear the audio, is that good enough? Because heck, when we offload onto Apple Podcasts, all those other platforms, we lose all video anyway. It's
That's
an
true.
audio
That
experience.
is true.
Well, when I was on IG, the audio sounded good. It sounded much better than normal.
Here,
Much better.
let me go on IG.
Oh, cool! I can actually see on my computer. I can actually see our stream metrics too. So we're averaging 112 kilobytes per second for a video bit rate, 30 frames per second for frame rate and just under 50 kilobytes for audio. And it's holding pretty steady. Heck, I'm happy at 30 frames per second. It's better than 2.
Can you make
Everything looks pretty good on IG.
Braden, can you make the name tags smaller? Is that an option?
Yes. What button do I push to do that?
I think it's the X in the corner.
Stop.
Oh, you changed the color.
I can change them, but there's no no name tag button.
No, I'm not saying get rid of them. I just wondered if you could get smaller font. Because that's taking up a lot of real estate when you're talking about something that kind of compact.
Yeah. I'll have to look at that and see if we can get rid of. Honestly, if we can get rid of them, I'll probably just get rid of them. Oh, cool! I can throw the Sawdust logo in the corner.
So looking on, let me see. So I'm looking on IG right now, watching this, and I would say like the only thing that kind of throws it off a little bit is the chat. The chat actually covers up all of the co-hosts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's gonna happen anyway.
You can see the guest. Like it doesn't interfere with the guest at all. If Kamani would actually come into the screen, but as far as the window is concerned,
Yeah, I see that. Well, and there's not any way for me to access the actual question box. I don't know how we'd access that. So we might just have to take questions in the actual chat, like crazy people.
Or
we can either do that, or if they're watching IG, they could put the question in the IG question box, and like one of the hosts, like I have my iPad right here, I could just read off the question. Yeah, I mean, if they were, well, let's see.
Can somebody put a question in the question box, like the little pop up with the question mark on it? Oh shoot, Kamani's on the move.
You know what?
Let's not advertise that Kamani's driving and Instagram living at the same time.
There is no question box for the only person that's going to have the question box is the person under the Sawdust Talk account.
And I can't.
That's you.
Yeah, I can't see that because I'm taken up by the live stream. You know, basically the what it's seeing from Restream. I don't have the traditional information like I normally do.
Okay, so we wouldn't be able to, because basically any of the hosts on the show, they're not logged into the IG live, so they can't access questions.
Kamani's just in the darkness now, so I'll hide him. Oh, he's back. Kamani, where are you going?
I'm going home.
I'm going home.
Dylan thinks this is a bad idea.
Listen, Dylan has a lot of strong opinions, and I'm going to be honest. I don't care about Dylan's opinions on this.
Does Dylan have to deal with the fallout from when IG fails all the time?
I don't actually think that there's any real fallout. Everybody else probably just takes this as what it is, and I'm probably the only person that might have some sort of like physical or health related mental breakdown at losing another episode.
So
top justify.
Yeah.
No, they have a lot of options on what orientations, but we're bound to their orientation options. So like I can click through a bunch of them. Is this one any better? We don't normally have this many people, or more than 4 people, so this might be a better fit.
I mean, So
Yeah, if you
on the
keep it,
iPad, I could see everybody, but I
if
don't
you
know what
keep
it's
it to
going to
3,
look like
that looks
on.
the best. Frankly. Or 4, whatever that is.
If we orient ourselves right, we get a little bit more visual there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our heads get cut off.
If we sit back, like I'm
Sit lower.
3 feet, I'm 3 feet from my phone, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, this looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah, zoom it in. Yeah, like that. All right, I'm bouncing out. I got stuff to do. I was just
All right,
cleaning
Dan.
up. Yeah.
See you, bud.
Bye.
The biggest thing to figure out is how, like, we have like with the back. We have audio, we have video, but the biggest thing is going to be comments. Comments, the chat box, question box. That's going to be the hardest thing to figure out.
It might be something where, Monty, your audio is horrible. I can control people's audio too. I muted you, so wave your hand if you want to talk. But we pull in chat from YouTube, so it might be something where we just need to migrate more of our people to YouTube. Like that might
Or
just be the better place to watch it live.
Dylan saying a moderator. That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's just gonna suck because there's gonna be people in IG that are gonna watch this because that's where this normally takes place. So like migrating everyone to YouTube is a great idea, but at least the first, 5 episodes or whatever, you're gonna have most people on IG. And the comments drive a lot of stuff. And without us being able to see that here, one of the people on the live is going to have to be always watching the IG chat.
Yeah. Well, and I have my computer here, so I can run that. I can kind of moderate while we're live a little bit.
It just sucks because there's going to be a lot missed. Because with all of us looking at the chat randomly, we find different things. Not to mention that they're talking to each other in the chat as well, like the audience. So the IG viewers and the YouTube viewers are not going to be able to talk to each other, like in the chat.
Right. That's the only rough part is we're ironically we're introducing more opportunities to interact, but because of that, there's going to be fall off because it's almost too much information coming in at a time. So anybody have any good suggestions on that? How we can centralize a chat?
And then asking everybody to watch on one platform but to chat on a different, that's too much to ask, I think.
Well, so you can watch on YouTube Live. It's YouTube Live, so
yeah,
it's the same as this. Did Kamani purposely go away or not?
I don't know. There he is. We can tell everybody that's watching IG, you can watch from IG, but you can't communicate. You can't use their chat.
Well, guys, I'm going to be honest. In the chat, I've seen y'all's chats for like 40 episodes in a row. Y'all aren't talking. Y'all aren't talking to us anyway. Y'all are just talking crap in the chat anyway.
Oh,
you
yeah,
still
it's
get
nonsense.
that fun. Everybody can still be interacting there.
It's complete nonsense, and I love it in the chat. Like I'll live in that chat. But like I think maybe we just tell people like this is gonna have to migrate over to YouTube. If you want to be part of the chat, you have to go to YouTube.
Yeah. So Saturday Morning Cartoons has one usually on IG, the rest on YouTube. Yeah, that was hard. Brad Rodriguez slowly migrate his viewers over from IG. Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that that might end up being what we kind of do here,
Dre
whether
doesn't
it's on
like it.
accident or not. Um, it's kind of the trade-off, and it's something that we've had to talk quite a bit about. Is IG is super accessible. Like everybody's on the platform, and that's kind of why we started on the platform when we did. Um, the problem is the platform worked a lot better when we started, and it has been slowly, rapidly, at whatever speed it has, it's been deteriorating. Not not completely, but for what we use it for, like having as many streams as we have coming in, that quality has deteriorated to the point where like we're losing content that we've created. And there's a lot of people, because we're on so late, there's a lot of people that have to consume that content later from on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or some other platform.
Right.
And if we lose that content, we can't share it with the people that aren't on live. So as much fun as the live experience is, and just trash talking, which let's be honest, that's why we're all here anyway.
Oh yeah.
If we're losing that later, we're losing a lot of time. And honestly, I think it's disrespectful might be the a bit dramatic of a word, but it's it's a little cavalier with our guests who we've had some big names. It's a little cavalier with their time for us to like create great content for an hour and then just essentially throw it away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I agree.
I get what everybody's saying in the chat. I get what you guys are saying. I'd love to keep it here. And this is kind of why we're looking at this platform, is we can keep the video here and you guys can just keep up with your nonsense in the chat. We need to figure out how to get the questions centralized, because it's going to be hard for a while, but it's been hard even just doing live on one platform where we had the question box. Like we get into conversations and sometimes those questions they get missed, or we just go down the rabbit hole. So it's
Yeah.
not like that's a new problem, it's just a new iteration of that problem.
Yeah.
So far though, from what I am seeing, like on in the chat, and from what I'm seeing on like my end, the video hasn't like stalled out. I haven't seen a circle of death, one of those like lag circles. The audio seems like it's a lot better.
What do you have your camera set at in the settings? Is it at 1080p?
I have my front camera, yeah, 1080p.
Okay. I'm wondering, let me switch it to 480 and see what it looks like. I'm curious if there's going to be a difference.
Duffy's saying that our video is clear also, and I think that that's one of the problems that we've had solving itself is IG doesn't have to process four, or in this case two separate video feeds. It's processing one video feed that's being directly fed from Restream into
Right.
IG.
Okay, so I just switched it to 480, and I'm curious and when I did that, for some reason my window shrunk too. So I'm curious what it looks like to everybody now. So I'm looking on my iPad, and it actually looks like IG is what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like a little pixelated, so it looks like IG.
Jesse says, "Do you look like IG video now?"
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, so I'm switching back over. So now this is 1080. Let me double check.
Oh, another kind of cool thing just from our end is, or like with our guests, we have a lot of guests that do their own podcasts and they have setups for like high-end audio, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Because of this, you can use your computer. You don't have to use your phone. So we could integrate, like you could use better microphones and you can use better cameras. You can use whatever you want.
That's true, and that will probably also help solve the problem where some people are like, my phone's about to die, or
Yep.
or I'm not getting like great service or whatever. Like
That problem where we had where like, oh, are you on Wi-Fi or are you on cellular? Because we get better
yes,
on cellular. Like
yes.
it's it. we're seeing a lot of people. They're saying that 480 is not bad. A little bit of artifacting. It just kind of looks like Instagram Live. So if we want to go classic video, classic Sawdust Talk style, we just all drop down to 480.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Was IG.
So far, Mike's saying the video and audio has been super solid. So I like that. Has anybody that's in the chat, has anybody seen any sort of lag, delay, any issues with the video or audio so far? Because from what I see, it's been pretty solid, but I'm looking like here to here. I just like that we can see every single one of Ed's chest hairs individually. It's that high quality.
Hey, take it easy. All right, take it easy. I'm not a shave my chest kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Hey, you're a man in the wood. You're a maker camp kind of man. You're not a workbench con kind of man.
I had to grow it out a little bit for maker camp to stay warm. You know.
Dude, with that rain, yeah, I think we all realized the weaknesses in our preparing and the strengths.
Oh, I was good.
I would have paid those brunt guys like 3 times over retail for a pair of waterproof boots.
Oh, you didn't have waterproof boots?
No, I brought my indestructible shoes, which advertise themselves as like max airflow, which is a cool feature, but it's not waterproof. It is anti-waterproof.
That's funny. I have a lot of pairs of army boots, so I brought my army boots, which are waterproof.
Video and audio is the best I've seen so far from a live this way. All right. Do Ed and Jeff compare tribal tats?
What are you talking about? I don't know. It gets a little bigger.
It
Just
goes all
don't-
the way.
I'm not going to show you guys my tatas or anything.
Yeah, don't pull a nip. We might get canceled.
Yeah, I gotta block my nip here. Woo! Anyway,
So we're at 46 minutes of streaming, and it doesn't seem like we've had any sort of streaming issues. It's still running good on YouTube. I like the aspect ratio is weird because YouTube is horizontal, not vertical, and that's kind of another annoying thing is where we got to juggle like 3 different aspect ratios.
yeah.
If at some point we were to move like entirely to YouTube, we could then flip it to a horizontal format. We would get a lot more of each person's camera.
What do you have it at right now? Landscape or portrait?
I have it streaming in portrait mode.
Okay, that's what I'm into.
And that's what I have. Like the stream itself is in portrait mode. It's cropping everything
gotcha.
to a portrait style. Anybody that's watching, go follow Sawdust Talk on TikTok as well. We now have a TikTok.
Hey, so Drew just joined, and before we end this and you go through your speech, I just have to quickly send him. Can I add a comment in here? Drew, I'm going to send you something real quick. So this is just for Drew, and he'll know what it means. And there you go, Drew. That's for you. He's the only one that knows what it means.
Oh, here, hold on a sec. Drew, check your DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, man. I think.
You know what? I'm glad your episode was a disaster. Let's be honest. There wasn't really much to hear there anyway.
That's rough.
Which is funny because I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. So, here's the problem. So, okay. So Dylan was talking about mirroring for the banner. My banner's actually backwards.
Right.
So when I mirror,
so is mine.
Yeah. So when I mirror you see it backwards. I need to get a regular banner now if we're gonna do it this way.
Yeah, because mine is, I could either mirror it and my Sawdust Talk would be right, but my Onefinity would be wrong.
Yeah, and that's the way it is too with me. What do I have up here? Hold on, I don't even know what I have everywhere. Let's see. Oh, that's my festival. You can read that one. Yeah, so you can see that my Sawdust Talk is all jacked up. It was a good idea for IG.
God, we have just the most sarcastic community. Just every last one of y'all.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything, but that's just because I'm an adult. I'm not looking to find new adult friends. Like, what kind of ridiculous person goes and does that?
I'm gonna tomorrow, Braden. I might call you because I might get started on this whether I have the video or not. So we might try and do this together.
Okay, so actually that's an idea. I'm kind of interested. I kind of want to do this live. Like, I kind of want to just like put my camera up and then just live stream it, and we don't watch the comments or anything, but just let everybody watch us like curse and lose our shit.
I'm down with that.
So, and now we have a better platform to do it on. So,
yeah, and we don't have to pay attention to the chat anyway because the IG shit's not going to come in anyway.
right. And let's be honest, if Drew's the only person in the chat, I don't really care what's in the chat anyway.
It's just going to be filled with emojis. If it's just me and you on here and him in the chat, it's just all emojis.
Just 3 people watching the live, and 2 of them are on it. All right. Well, I think I'd say that this was a tentative success.
Oh, Dylan, we didn't forget about you, Dylan.
Aspect ratios could be, they could be something, to be desired. It'd be nice if we could do the 4 like we normally do. But that's one of the things I'm okay trading for the rest of this experience. This has been, I'd almost say relaxing.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about.
How many of these streaming services have you looked at?
So I looked at Restream. I looked at OBS. So I know that Drew, Dan, and Pete, they use OBS and Zoom. And I was on another Woodshop podcast this week, and it's really cool how they do it, and it works really, really well. But there's a lot of moving parts, and I just don't think that we have the time or honestly the focus or setup to manage as many moving parts as they have.
Yeah.
I looked at one other one, Stream Deck. I think it was Stream Deck or something like that. But there's not a ton that will let you stream directly into Instagram. There's plenty that will do YouTube, but Instagram is kind of the point.
Are there any other ones that you would like to try and just see how they work out before we kind of make a decision on it? Or is this the one that you're thinking is going to be the best option?
I'm going to be honest. I already signed up for a subscription for this so that I can get rid of the branding. So if there's something better out there, I just have a month-to-month subscription. I have no problem moving over.
Sure.
But this one checks like 9 of the 10 boxes that I had, and the rate's pretty decent. It's like $20 a month.
Okay. So
I'll probably,
you hear that, everybody? We need to start a Sawdust Talk Patreon so we can pay for the show to run. So
that's funny that you said that. There is a Sawdust Talk Patreon that exists. I just haven't gotten very far with it.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
I'm in the process of setting up because Bad Shopify is coming back, and we're thinking about starting a Patreon also.
69 cents.
Yeah, I've already looked into it and everything. I'm for the most part ready for it. I'm just determining like if we want to do it or not. And really, there's not a lot of people in here, so really what we want to do is just put that money back into the audience. Really, that's what we really want to do.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I was kicking around too. Is between this and the the video or the photo editing software that I use and stuff like that. Like I'm in the hole on this just about every week, and I'm okay with that. You know,
Right.
it's more for fun, but
that's why I think it would be a good idea. And it doesn't have to be very much. You know what I mean?
yeah. Dylan has a good point though. I think that instead of Patreon, we might shift to a OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, baby. You could make way more money there.
We're gonna make at least.
Let me cover up. This is already too much.
I was gonna say you're giving away the goods for free.
No. This is advertising.
Speaking of advertising, Scott's on. George Supply just joined. Scott, what do you think? We're trying out some new software. We'll see if he chats us up.
Do you have YouTube pulled up also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like a 8-year-old gaming laptop that's like my shop laptop, and the fan is just like I'm afterburning. This thing is like screaming.
Oh, that's that noise I've been hearing the whole time?
Look at this guy.
Well, hey, what's up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal clear.
I wasn't sure if I got out of the IG Live or if I checked the DMs, if it would close out the IG Live.
Did it?
Yeah.
It did, and I was happy to be off of you guys, and then I saw there was a restream link. So it's the definition of accidentally doubling down. But it's pretty cool.
Here you are.
I was wondering why IG Live wouldn't let me request to be on, but this seems better, huh?
Yeah, audio and video is way better on this.
Yeah, video seems to be better. Audio seems to be better. I mean, you were watching it. What did you think?
It's fine. Yeah, it seemed more stable. There was no, issues.
We're just trying to figure out how to manage the chat.
Yeah, that's the tough part, I guess. If you're on Instagram and YouTube.
So Restream's neat. Restream is neat because it'll pull chat into it from several of the platforms. Instagram right now just isn't one of them. So, but like YouTube and stuff will pull directly into the Restream, like, what you're looking at. We could pull a couple of different platforms into one single chat.
I'm curious what other platforms does it pull in? Like MySpace or something? Like if you're not pulling in Instagram, like that's one of the highest ones. I don't understand.
So I spent longer than I probably needed with their like tech support, and they sent me a thing like a graph. Where the heck is it? But it was definitely like MySpace, Tumblr, just all the important ones.
Oh, good.
Oh, what's cool is a YouTube. I could see a YouTube comment.
Yeah, YouTube comments come in.
And it shows where it came from also.
Which
would be really cool. The second that they activate like the Instagram chat, the whole thing just gets that much easier.
Yeah, then there won't be any problems because that's literally the only thing we're trying to figure out right now.
I find it hard to believe that they don't have it. Or like, what? Why would they not?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Is Facebook one of them?
Yeah.
Facebook is one of them.
That's all Meta. That's what I don't understand.
Or maybe is it that you add Facebook and you get Instagram with it?
No, because they had a separate thing where it's like Facebook and Instagram. Facebook worked, Instagram didn't, and it was like some of them would feed in, but you couldn't reply. Some of them you had full access. One nice thing is we could utilize bots in this as well that would automatically censor offensive words. So like Braden sucks could just be like instantly moderated out and everything.
If someone mentions epoxy, they get banned. I like that.
You're in the new house already, right?
We are. September 1st, we moved in.
How are you liking it?
I love it. I don't like moving. I don't like setting things up, but it's quiet.
For the better.
We're on 2 acres. We have like one neighbor. They're great. The kids come home from school. They disappear. They come back 3 hours later, and they're like muddy, sweaty, and bloody, and they've been having fun. They haven't asked to be on a screen.
That's the best childhood right there.
Yeah, so it's a good, it's a way better situation for our family.
Good. Are you gonna come to Maker Camp next year?
I'd like to. Is it always?
I figured the reason you didn't come now is because the transition from the old house to the new.
Yeah, and our 2-year-old is a lot of work, and so if I would have left to go have fun with a bunch of adults while my wife took care of a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 2-year-old, having moved for a month, I would be needing to camp somewhere for the rest of my life. So.
Then you'd be really buying an RV and putting it on RV share.
Yeah.
You would just
it looked like a lot of fun.
You'd be in perpetual Maker Camp.
Yeah.
I feel like if I would have gone, I would have been blamed for all the water.
Yeah, that would have been true. You brought it all with you, damn it. You could always just bring the family with you.
There was a lot of families there this year. Did you notice that, Ed?
I saw a lot of kids there. Like, I'm talking like babies, toddlers, all kinds of, they're all
But then I have to, like, keep up with them.
Well, there's the fine line there. You have, like, me time and then you have family time. So, like, hey, I'm going to go do this for 2 hours, then I'll come back and we can do this for a couple hours or whatever.
I gotcha. I'd be like, Malcolm, remember when you asked me what you could do to help me? Can you watch my kids for the next 3 days?
Emma, Pete's wife, was watching Adrian's kiddo for a little bit. I mean, it's a decent enough community, so you probably have people volunteering.
Well, hell, Adrian was watching a couple kids because they were all just running around like crazies. They were having so much fun.
There was a whole maker like booth set up for where they were letting people make like shepherd staffs, and then they were just like herding kids around with them.
Oh man!
Oh,
did y'all get
Dylan
to go to Jimmy's to the Maker Church?
It was awe-inspiring. I think it was probably the quietest that I've seen that group of people ever.
Oh really? That's awesome.
It's so cool that he has like all that space, and it looks big on the videos, but it's so much bigger, and he has every single, like, if you want to make anything you can think of, he just is like, oh yeah, it's underneath that like stack of leather that I'm working on. Like, I have a laser, and I've got the biggest bandsaws on earth, and I've got, epoxy over here. Like, if you want to make it, there's no Home Depot runs. Like, he just has it.
That's awesome. Yeah. He said, one day I said, like, hey, maybe I can come out and spend some time with you and we can make a video together. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I just need to come up with a good idea.
Do like a mobile lighting thing that he just like wheels this apparatus and all the lights are fixed to it.
That would be cool. Yeah, I feel like that would be just tons of fun to go spend a few days up there and make stuff and film it. And
oh, come on, he wants to come back.
Uh-oh.
You still driving?
No.
Oh, you parked.
Yes, I'm parked.
Oh, he's coming in broken. I wonder if that's his service.
I think he's on mobile with like, he got his cell phone at Kmart. Like,
Where I go to hide.
Ah, I see. He's still going with the old Nextel? What's going on over there?
How is Altel 3G?
Oh, it's probably trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. Oh.
Like, connect to Wi-Fi or stay on mobile. Like, pick one or the other.
Objection.
Now we're just oh, there we go.
Better?
That is better. You
Okay,
just
yeah,
turn off.
because I'm so close to the garage, it's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
And you chose to get like the less stable network. You're just like, let's just go mobile.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, this solves my whole I was going to put a hotspot in my garage for my internet just because of all the IG issues. I thought that would help it. So I guess now I don't have to do that.
So, yeah, I was wanting to comment earlier. So, yeah, did you kind of make a determination of I'd say, sorry, I had a lot of thoughts. Basically, if we keep this primarily focused on the Instagram side of things, where everybody kind of knows, over the course of time, if people say like, hey, if we see a shift of people enjoying the YouTube experience more, we can kind of do that. But um like you said, because it's not fully integrated with Instagram yet, just being able to have the lives and do it this way and just find a way to moderate the chat so we just don't lose that part of the experience. Not necessarily the back and forth banter, but like the solid questions. So because we can do this, I can set up a laptop or my tablet or whatever and be on the stream and then just have my account logged in to the normal chat. And then I don't know how moderators work on Instagram, but just being able to assign someone as a moderator or the ability to read what's going on in there will help the experience. So
The moderator on the IG side, the only thing that'll allow you to do is just boot people or give them a strike or something like that if they're being too crazy. Other than that, you should be able to have access just as a regular viewer.
it's a regular. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I've tried to look at I don't think I've tried to look at the questions in the question box as a regular viewer, or if I have, it's been a minute.
I have. You can see them. You just can't like click on them and do anything with the live itself. But you can click on that question box and you can still see everything in there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys are seeing in the chat, but Dylan has tested. He's switched over to YouTube, tried it out. He's now fully on board with the YouTube experience.
Really? Yeah, I saw that too. He said screw Instagram. What am I on right now? So I'm on IG. Let me go over to YouTube.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, if we do this and give people the option, like, hey, you can watch us live on YouTube and this at the same time, whichever, if you get a better experience on one versus the other, and then kind of do a follow-up where we do a poll, like, hey, what was, hey, I still, 75% of people are like, I tried the YouTube version, I really like that. We kind of make that decision that we can still stream. We can still do it this way. People can still join in and watch, but we'll just do a heavier focus on the YouTube side of things and engaging with that audience. But if I, as a regular person sitting in the chat, I can like look at the comments or I can look at the questions that are coming in, then we just do the manual. Oh, I already asked that one, and just read it out loud. And then so and so says this, and then just kind of keep going. You missed the pop-up aspect.
So one cool, this might actually work if we have somebody that's able to, even if they're not on the live video wise, if we have somebody that has access to restream and they're just watching in the chat on IG, we also have our own private chat within this system, like within this platform. So we have our own chat as
did you see my unblock me message?
Yeah, but you weren't there, so I had to wait for you to show back up.
No, yeah. So yeah, like I say, I mean, this seems like it's working a lot smoother. The only time I had any connection issues is when I was driving and I think I hit a weak cell spot and my bars dropped down, and then it reconnected me automatically. I didn't have to it didn't completely shut me out. It just said, "Oops, connection will reconnect you," and then that's when I popped back in. So, yeah, and by doing this, my wife can't see that I'm on Instagram, and so she doesn't know I'm sitting in the driveway. not being in the house. So, less
So
trouble on my.
I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, just like we were saying before, the only thing that's going to show up on IG is Sawdust Talk is live. So that's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard thing for growth, because what will bring a lot of, like, let's say we have a big account with a huge following. When they go live on IG on Sawdust Talk, it's not going to send a notification. So his IG followers aren't going to know unless he put it out or she put it out themselves, or them, they, whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
And maybe one of the ideas, just like you were talking about this lock chat that's just for us in here, maybe somebody, like you were saying, somebody just copies the question box stuff in IG and pastes it in this lock chat for questions.
Yeah. So one thing that we might also be able to do. So you bring up a good point about losing. I get a kick out of the fact that we're having this entire conversation about the how we're making the sausage live. I like it because we're getting feedback. One thing that our guests could do is because they are not going live with our account, their Instagram's not doing anything. They could essentially turn on live, like they could go live themselves and like announce that they're going on Sawdust Talk and then just mute the audio so that they're not getting a bunch of echo. And they could just be on live on their accounts and direct people towards Sawdust Talk.
You don't think that's too much to ask a guest to do? Because let's just assume that, like, people, he said that the guest says it in the beginning, like, hey, if you're on with me right now, move over to IG, so you can watch this, or move over to the Sawdust Talk so you can watch this live. And then, it's another 20 minutes before they say that again. So for the next 20 minutes, people are coming in and just watching this person talk to themselves on mute.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think that we just need to step up our efforts and like how, because if we can get them tag them in posts, if we can start advertising our guests better, they can use that content to point it towards their people. We're gonna lose the people that are just joining because they get the pop-up that says they're live. We're gonna miss out on that. But same thing. Our account has been growing at a pretty decent clip. And I think that if we start doing some of our marketing better or more, more out there, I think that we can kind of mitigate some of that.
Yeah.
It'll stunt a little bit though.
It'll figure itself out. Because just like you're saying, at the same time, like, all those people that pop in from that big account, that most of them won't follow Sawdust Talk. They're just there. They might pop in for 5 minutes and leave. They might like the conversation and stay for the whole thing and then leave and then never follow Sawdust Talk because they were there for the guests in the first place. So yeah. I see what you're saying. Let's see. There's a pro to YouTube. No matter mobile or desktop, you can multitask. So I can listen to the live and scroll through other stuff at the same time.
So that feature right there, Dylan, is the number one reason why I started taking the old episodes and I loaded them into Spotify and YouTube and like all those other platforms. Was I wanted to watch old episodes, and Instagram is very good at some things, but it is the worst possible platform to listen to old hour-plus long podcasts ever. It is not a podcasting app in that aspect.
Yeah.
And because you have to leave it up. Like, you have to have Instagram open. You can't check your messages. You can't do like picture in picture like you can with other apps.
Yeah.
So that was like 5 minutes after realizing that, I'm like, cool. This content's now going on other platforms that are better designed for consuming this type of content.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped. Like, I'm really enjoying seeing these other streams here, seeing them working, seeing them. I haven't seen a single lag. Like, I'm super excited about this. I think that this is it. It doesn't check every single box, but it checks a lot of them.
Yeah, we're
And
losing
I
out
think
on a lot in IG.
I think I think the other stuff is stuff that we can find workarounds, and you know, like the chat from Instagram. I think that that is something that just when they finally load up their, like when they fix that problem, it's one that the platform will fix itself at some point.
I think another thing too is so we're tapping into a whole new market too, because like now that we're going live on YouTube, you don't have to be subscribed to Sawdust Talk because there's a live section that'll show everyone that's live. We're going to pop up on there. So we might get randos that just see that we're live and decide they want to come in. So that's like a whole new market that we've never tapped into before.
Yep.
So
we
despite the growth from IG might be slower than normal, we're gaining going to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the, okay, here, supported platforms. So Restream, we can integrate with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or now X, LinkedIn for the business-minded folks, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, OBS, Streamlabs, Telegram, Amazon Streaming, Descript, Mixcloud, Shopify, Etsy.
How does that
That
work?
actually, Etsy could be interesting. I have no idea how that would work, but Etsy would actually be a really cool like a really cool integration of, check us out on Etsy. We're all there. It also has eBay, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Vimeo, Steam, a bunch of like Asian market apps. Like, these are very clearly not our market. Xbox, like there's like 40 different platforms that this integrates with somehow.
I'm trying to think like how, I don't know. That's a lot of shit.
It's, yeah, and we don't have to figure it all out today. We just need to figure out that this part right here, we are an hour and 15 minutes into a live with no issues, getting you logged on, getting Kamani, getting Jesse, getting Drew, like getting all these people to pop in worked well enough that it should be super easy for our guests.
Yeah.
And we can set up like the video aspect ratio part. We don't actually have, we can set all that up before we go live. So we can be live in Restream before we go live on
the platform.
Instagram. Yep.
Okay, good.
So we can set all that up. That'll kind of fix itself. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I just keep the chat open. Hey, Jeff just joined. Jeff, we in 2 days we solved the problem of, you know, what would have fixed the problem that we had with your episode on Wednesday. So sorry we didn't do that a week ago instead of today.
Hefe! I just saw that I was on YouTube looking. That's why I was like, where did it say he joined?
It's yeah, it's neat. Just keeping an Instagram tab open has been pretty easy to kind of like catch all the comments and stuff. Oh, John's here, Lincoln Street.
What's up, John? Yeah, this is interesting. It's kind of perfect that my episode was the last one. It's funny.
Here, let's try this. John and Jeff, go check your DMs. Check your DMs, because Ed sent you
DMs.
He sent you a nip pic.
That was way earlier. You guys missed it.
Yeah, the account also sent you a link, but mostly the nip pics. Make sure you get those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably got a warning somewhere in my DM somewhere.
It's not a nip slip if you do it on purpose. The kind of perfect. My episode was the last one to fuck up.
The link looks like spam.
It's definitely spam.
It doesn't matter if it's spam or if it's bologna or if it's turkey. Just, it's fine.
Let's be honest. Jeff's clicked on way weirder links anyway. I'm not that worried about it.
Oh, I promise he has. Okay, so we have 9 people watching on IG. How many are watching on YouTube?
I don't know how to tell.
5.
Four people are watching on YouTube.
4. Yeah, I just dropped a 4. And you should be able to click on it, and it should be able to tell you, right? No? Yeah. Maybe you can click on it.
On what? Which one?
Or in the YouTube where it says there's 4 people, you should be able to see who those 4 people are. I don't think I can because this is, what is this? Create a clip. Oh, cool.
John, what's the worst that happens? Like, everybody gets viruses. That's why they've got, virus software, antivirus software.
The platform is trash? What happened?
I think he's just got a bad attitude.
Oh, no.
Just being a negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy. John, what's a better platform to stream to YouTube and Instagram incorporating the chat?
He's being a real Odie's oil.
He might have a better answer though.
That's true. Although he's a YouTube guy. He's probably just move to YouTube and call it good.
No, we know IG is trash. We're very well aware.
We get it.
This coming from the person who's sending the message on IG. Anyway, we're aware of this. We're trying to fix it. Well, I'm not trying to fix it. Braden's trying to fix it.
Sandman said, I don't know why, but I hear Ed talking. Then if you listen closely, he echoes in the background in a lag. That's because he has another stream running.
Oh, I didn't think you'd be able to hear it. It's because I have my iPad right here. I turned the volume all the way down on my iPad. So let me know, Dylan, if it's still doing it. So I turned the volume like all the way off on my iPad. That might have been what you were hearing.
We're doing intensive technological testing. Like we've got the brain trust on it.
There's Katrina. She joined on IG.
John, do you just not go live anywhere? You're just all recorded content.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you said it's gone now. Good. So I have to go back and forth between IG and YouTube on my iPad.
Jeff may have clicked a different link because he appears to just have disappeared. He got abducted.
Jeff, that was not from Braden. Whoops.
That was the NSA. So
IG's better for engagement.
We don't like engagement. I just like hearing myself talk for an hour. We've got 5 on YouTube, and we've got 7 on Instagram. So how do you argue with that kind of engagement? Like, we're gonna break the internet. You can call Sawdust Talk is Kim Kardashian because we breaking the internet, baby.
Just call me Wreck-It Ralph.
We've got better numbers right now than we did in Jeff's entire episode.
Both of them combined. No, that's not combined. True. Tay-Tay. Yeah,
That's what we should do. We should try and get Taylor Swift on to
dude,
talk about woodworking.
I'll DM her.
All right.
I think I have the smallest account out of all of us. I'll DM her.
Hey, girl, come be on Sawdust Talk, okay?
I mean, what's the worst that she'll say? Well, nothing. She'll just say nothing.
Yeah,
She'll just leave me on red and be like, block this month.
Good catch. All right. I think that we are probably. Oh shoot! Dylan says he can get a hold of her. That's somewhat ominous, and I don't know if I want to know how. So what you do is your decision. Sawdust Talk in no way sanctifies, blessifies, approves of any sort of kidnapping or coercion in any form. That's a lie. Peer pressure is the only one that we're okay with, like just general community peer pressure. See you, John.
Oh, you know who we should try and have on? Is Neil Patrick Harris.
That would be interesting. We actually have a connection to Neil Patrick Harris.
He does a little bit of woodworking.
Well, I was just saying we just need to get.
Yeah, we just get Jason.
We need to get Jason Hibbs on, and then be like, "Hey, your episode was fun, but secretly, can you get us in touch with Neil Patrick Harris?"
Or we either talk to him or talk to Keith. But so I'm not gonna. How many people we have in here? Okay, that's cool. So I had both Jason and Keith scheduled for Sawdust Talk, and they both bailed on me. So thanks a lot, guys.
That's because they thought it was just going to be an
busy
Instagram.
lives.
They thought it was just going to be an Instagram live thing. Now that we've got YouTube.
Oh yeah, they'll be all over it.
Oh, all right. Dylan's dad does LED work for concerts and was part of our tour crew many years ago.
Oh,
Got it.
funny.
Okay.
Six Dogs does that. Johnny from Six Dogs, he does that.
I'm just glad that it's not like a kidnapping thing. Like, thank you for clarifying. All right. Well, I think that this very clearly works. Now the next test is going to be, can I save the video when we end it? And
let's end it and find out.
I think this is a good enough test of the live. So thanks for hanging out with me and helping me figure this out. I was ready just to talk to myself for a solid hour.
Dude, I was in here for about 10 minutes trying to figure out if you could hear me or not. And I realized you were talking to somebody, but I didn't know who.
So, all right, man. Well, I will catch you later. I'm going to kill this and see what happens.
All right. And I'm going to hit you up tomorrow. We might be putting this thing together tomorrow. I'll hit you up.
Stone was in here for a second.
I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him right now.
Yeah, get us some instructions. Even just like paper ones or like whatever's done on the video. We'll figure out the rest.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you, man.
All right, later.